Hello, I'm Priscilla Archangel, and my leadership lesson for you today is From Irritation to Innovation. My first question for you is to think of a time when there's a process that has really irritated you because it seemed to be so cumbersome and so dysfunctional and maybe not very user-friendly. Maybe it was steps that you needed to go through to accomplish something that just really didn't work for you. Or maybe it was something in your environment that you just didn't understand why it had to be that way. Well, here's what one person did with an irritation. Elizabeth Holmes was a 19-year-old at Stanford University. And at the time, she really hated being stuck by needles, drawing blood through syringes. If she knew she had to give blood, it was something that she just focused on and obsessed about until it was over because it really bothered her. So instead, Elizabeth Holmes developed a new way to have blood drawn and analyzed. And she founded a company called Theranos when she was still a student at Stanford. Theranos is now worth $9 billion, 11 years later. And Theranos has a groundbreaking patented technology where they can draw blood using a finger stick, get just a few drops of blood, and from there do over 200 blood analysis tests with it. And soon they'll be able to do over 1,000 tests with it. So Elizabeth Holmes used that irritation to do something constructive and to innovate with it. And so the challenge really for all of us is, what do we do with our irritations? How can we move to innovation? I have 6 steps for you to think about that. The first step is tap into what's really irritating you. And so your question might be, what problem am I really trying to solve? What am I really focusing on here? Step 2 is find the benefit. What value am I adding to others by solving this problem? Step 3 is ignore the naysayers. What will you believe that you can really accomplish? Step 4, identify all the assumptions associated with the status quo. Ask yourself, why do people really do it this way? Step 5, methodically challenge each assumption. Ask yourself why 5 times. By the time you finish that, you'll find some things that really aren't on solid foundation. And step 6, think of a new approach. Ask yourself, what if I did it this way instead? And when you start doing that and start thinking of some other alternatives, after a while you'll get on a roll and you'll begin to develop some innovative approaches to the irritation that you're trying to address. Remember that innovation is not evolution. It's typically transformation. It's something radically different from the past way of doing things. But there is something that each of us have the opportunity to innovate on based upon an irritation that really becomes personalized for us. So I encourage you, find your own point of irritation and learn to innovate. Thanks for listening.